welcome back to Spectacular Sports. In this video, I'll be predicting Week 2 of the 2024 NFL season. So, my Week 1 stats, I went 11-5, which is not the best, and that's my overall too. And then my lock of the week was the Bengals winning the Patriots, and it didn't happen, so incorrect. So, kicking off with Thursday Night Football, which as I'm recording this, the game hasn't started yet, but in this game, I think it's going to be high scoring, two of the best teams in the AFC East, but I got the Dolphins winning. They have Raheem Mostert out, but I think their offense is still going to be electric, and I got them winning this one by 7. Moving on to the Sunday slate games, we have 49ers versus Vikings. 49ers, CMC is going to be out again, but Jordan Mason looks really good against the Jets, and I think he could have a good game too against the Vikes. Especially the Vikings don't have that good of a defense, and I think they just kind of blew out the Giants just because the Giants are bad. But I think this is going to be a good game for the 49ers offense. And Sam Darnold honestly impressed me, but I don't know, I just don't think the Vikings have it in them to beat the Niners. So now we have Seahawks versus Patriots. Patriots had the biggest upset of the week, and the Seahawks beat the Broncos, which probably should have beaten them by more, but I don't know. Sometimes that's the way it is. Super Bowl 48 rematch, or Super Bowl 49 rematch. But I think the Seahawks will win this one, 24-16. I think the Seahawks will get this one. Then we have Giants-Commanders, two of the worst teams in the NFC East and the NFC. But I really like Jayden Daniels and the Commanders this game. I think this is the game where he breaks out, and the Commanders win this one 33-14. Blowout game. I think the Commanders got this in them. Now we have Chargers versus Panthers, and the Panthers looked really bad against the Saints. 47-10 win for New Orleans, and the Chargers, they did good against the Raiders. Their run game looked really good, and I think this is another win for the Chargers. So that's a 2-0 start. I got 26-6, kind of weird score, but I think the Chargers will get this one. And speaking of the Saints, we have them versus the Cowboys. This is a really interesting game because both of them look really good in Week 1, but one of them looked good against a good wild card team from last year, and one of them from a team that won 2 games. But I think the Cowboys have the better roster, and they're at home. 31-20 win for Dallas. So Dallas has 2-0. And moving on to this game, which if Jordan Love is playing, this should be really good because the Packers with him looked really good in Week 1. Jaden Reed looked good. That offense looked good. Their defense was a little shaky, but the Eagles are one of the best offenses. And the Colts, they did their best against the Texans. They just couldn't get it. So I got the Colts winning this one, 24-13. I think the run game's gonna be good, and the Colts will get this one. Moving on to Browns versus Jags. They both lost in Week 1, but the Jags blew a big lead to the Dolphins, and the Browns kind of just, especially Deshaun Watson, just didn't look good against the Cowboys. In this game, I think the Jags are gonna just do what they need to do, get this one 21-16. So the Browns are 0-2, but I think they'll pick it up at the end of the year. But I think the Jags will get this one. So now we have Jets versus Titans, and honestly, I think Aaron Rodgers looked solid against the 49ers. I mean, he did throw one pick, but that wasn't his fault. I mean, it wasn't the best pass, but it was swatted away, intercepted. And the Titans, Will Levis did not look good against the Bears, and I think this game is just Jets win. It made them 30-17. I think this will be Aaron Rodgers, first really good game against as a Jet, which isn't saying much, but yeah. So in this game, a rematch of last year's playoffs divisional round, and the Lions have to play 2 teams that play in the playoffs in 2 weeks in a row. But anyway, I think the Bucks looked really solid, and they might have had the best Week 1 performance. And the Lions, Amon-Ra St. Brown didn't do anything, but the rest of the offense looked really electric. And if their offense looks that good without their best player, like, really doing anything, I think that's a good sign. And I think it's going to be a pretty good game. Give me the Lions 28-23. Moving on. Moving on to Week 3. I don't know. And then this is my lock of the week: Ravens versus Raiders. I mean, they're both 0-1, but the Ravens, especially Isaiah Likely, Derrick Henry, Zay Flowers, and I guess Mark Andrews will pick up the slack, but the Ravens looked good in Week 1, just not enough to beat the Chiefs. So, got a 38-17 win for the Ravens. The Raiders didn't really do anything. They're still trying to find their identity in the NFL. Like, are they a defensive team? Are they an offensive team? But, yeah, I think this is just my lock of the week. Ravens beat Raiders. So now we have Cardinals versus Rams. An NFC West battle. And honestly, I really want to pick Arizona here. But I just feel like they don't have it in them this early, especially with Marvin Harrison Jr.'s really bad game versus the Bills with one catch for 4 yards. But I think the Rams will get this one, 27-24. I think later this year, when they go to LA, I think the Cardinals will win that one. But as of now, early season, give me the Rams, who was pretty solid against Detroit, but didn't win. Now we have Bengals Chiefs. I'm surprised they didn't make this primetime game, but I mean, it's probably not a primetime game like now because the Bengals look bad, but they always start off the season slow. I mean, they'll finish as a wild card team, maybe even a division team. But as of now, I got the Chiefs 31-19. The Chiefs look really good. They're the best team in the NFL. So yeah, I think the Bengals have a slow start again. Now we have Steelers Broncos. This is an interesting game. The Steelers scored 18 points last week off of 6 field goals, and the Broncos, I'm pretty sure got 2 safeties against the Seahawks. But this Steelers team, really defensive minded, and the Steelers' schedule is pretty easy in the first couple of weeks, and then it gets harder. So I think this will be one of their wins. I think it'll be a weird 25 points, but 25-17 is my final score prediction. So now we have Sunday Night Football between the Bears and Texans. And if you told someone like a year and a half ago this would be a primetime game, they wouldn't believe you because they were so bad like 2 seasons ago. But the Bears, their defense and special teams carried them to a 1-0 start. Caleb Williams and that offense did not look good, and the Texans all around looked great against the Colts. So give me C.J. Stroud and the Texans, 31-23, in an offensive shootout. So now we have the last game of Week 1, Monday Night Football, Falcons-Eagles. Falcons, Kirk Cousins and them, they did not look good against the Steelers. And the Eagles' offense looked really good against Green Bay. And I think the Eagles will get this one, 34-21. I don't know, like the Raiders, I don't think the Falcons have found their identity yet. So I think this will be a good win for the Eagles. So thank you for watching. Comment below any predictions that you think could change, anything about the video really. On screen is a recommended video, and click there to subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you next time. Goodbye.